But she always has fun.
I know. Her hair has always like cute braids.
You'd braid it yourself?
Can't do that.
No. I still have to do the warm-ups. Oh, you can get that.
And we're back with another episode of Coaching Caffeine and Comedy. I'm your awesome host, Haley Kobza.
I guess I'm Lena.
Just old Lena over there.
Just old Lena.
You know what? I'm loving being back in studio with you.
Oh,
I feel like I haven't seen you since August,
No,
but
you
these
haven't.
last few episodes, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a little time at Sainers one night.
Guess who's back? And then that was it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you've been picking these awesome
Yeah,
guests.
you're welcome.
Which is so fun.
I know.
So fun. Which I would have picked this one too, because she's adorable.
She is adorbs.
And we have we're going to be related one day. I know we will be.
Yeah, she's double
I'm grabbing the
adorbs.
toenail polish.
Oh my gosh. Jake always gets mad when I paint my toes in the car. This might be what makes me freak out. You painting your toenails in the studio.
Oh, I'm going to. Oh gosh, this is not the same color that I have on. So.
Mask the smell of my.
Oh my gosh.
There, yours and mine. I have my boots off.
All right, so introduce. Oh, are you still talking?
Well, I was done, I guess.
Carry on.
Ooh. I just say painting my nails is my therapy. I love doing my own nails.
Same.
I tell Jake I don't have a drinking problem and I don't freak out over other things, so I paint my nails. That's my therapy. I get the pleasure of introducing our next guest. She's a friend. She's a mentor to my wee people. And her name is Rachel Conroy, or as I still have her saved in my phone, Rachel Basher. I've never changed the last name, and I'm not going to.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to change it either.
Rachel
'cause it should
Conroy.
be Chris Basher.
She addresses our envelopes, Mr. and Mrs. Basher.
I do.
To our
I
house.
do. He's probably like,
This is from Haley.
yeah.
That is so awesome because my best girlfriends do that to Jake. It's Jake Colbert, and it makes him freak out. So yes, I'm glad.
Yes.
Well, Rachel, we know all about you, but some of our listeners might not.
Okay,
so.
time out. And we've had her husband on here.
Ugh.
You need
Why
to make
did you
sure
go there?
I know, but we've already talked about her, so now people need to know who she's related to, so then we
Yes.
can all pray for her.
She was the beauty that we talked about when
Yeah.
we did
Cherokee.
Cherokee Conroy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm his wife.
Yes, ma'am.
He makes sure to tell people that, tell people who you are. Make sure you tell people who you are. I'm Chris Conroy's wife. Yeah.
It should be the other.
He
It should be
thinks
the
he's
other way around.
important.
Nobody knows who he is.
Right.
Nobody knows him.
So that's how that's how I introduced myself as that today.
Oh my! No,
There
you
goes the
don't.
polish. Yeah, I did.
know. What is-
to the trainer? What's his name? Evan.
Evan.
I was like, I'm Rachel Conroy. I was like, I think you know my husband, Chris Conroy. And then I immediately, I was like, why did I say that? He's
Mother,
irrelevant.
because he trained you, and that's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Christian.
I just have so many questions
yes.
for you, Rachel.
Oh, ask away.
Well, you got to
What
give us
else
your
do you wanna
background. Tell us
Okay,
where
so-
you grew up, about
okay,
your
yeah.
family. How many
How did
siblings?
you get to McCook?
So I, on accident, I was playing in a softball tournament and Ben Greer was there. And he was recruiting girls, asked me about McCook, and then I came here on a visit, and this is news to me, but I didn't know. He told me that I was signed on accident, so I wasn't supposed to sign. But I asked Pritchett about. I was like, okay, he said something about signing, and then so Pritchett just gave me the letter of intent paper. I signed it in the welcome center, it was not a big deal, it was not a thing. And then I guess Greer came back and he was like, Pritchett was like, yeah, I took care of that for you, and he was like, wait, what? I got here on accident. But so I was the first girl that Greer signed because it was because I just signed it. So, but now I'm here, and so it worked out.
That's a God thing. I think
Yeah.
that's totally a God
don't
thing.
know.
That was
But-
that's
So I came from Colorado, and I played here for 2 years, and then met Chris when I was, I think
Oh, we know how you met Chris.
well, yeah. I was trying to think of what month it was. I was a freshman, but I think it was after Christmas we started hanging out.
Oh,
so
this is the cat story, right?
Yeah.
Story.
I had a
Yes, the
kitten in my
cat.
room, and he found it.
What still.
And yep, so now we're still here.
How-
What position did you play?
I was a pitcher. I played second base, but I wasn't very good at second base.
I'm not very good at softball, period.
I'm sure you were
So
good.
I was a pitcher.
Okay, I don't know anyone who says I wasn't very good at this, so then I became the pitcher. Usually
Well,
it's like,
I mean, I was a pitcher.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I was better at pitching than I was at
okay,
second
got it,
base.
okay,
I don't
good.
even know if I was really that great at pitching, but
I had a
better.
dream one time I was a softball pitcher, and I was really good.
I never had that dream.
No?
I'm terrified of softball.
Oh, so am I.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't,
Like,
because
what
I
if
didn't
one
play
comes
it.
at your head?
No,
Like,
and it's hard.
you catch it. You have a glove on.
I don't care.
know
I
if
Or you
caught
move.
that fast. Well, yeah, that's what I would be like. Whoops. Yours. Like volleyball.
Oh.
No, mine.
Yes, that's totally what I would do. I would duck. You know when you yell, you're not supposed to duck. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would be ducking. How old were you when you started playing softball?
I think
this
like
makes anybody
6 or
second,
7.
And when did you know you really loved it? Like, how old were you? Or did you ever really love
I don't know that I like softball was never like I love this so much, which is weird because like I did it my entire life. It was just like it was really fun. My dad became our coach. I think I was like maybe like 10 or 12
Okay.
when my dad started coaching us because I'm from like a really small town, and there was not a lot of people to do it. So my dad coached us, and so I think we just did it because it was like a family thing. Like my sister was my catcher, I was a pitcher,
Oh, okay.
and my dad coached, my mom coached, and then when my brothers came, like they were always with us, so we would travel together, and so I think it was just fun. But I never was like die hard softball. Like I'm not super competitive, and
See,
Yeah.
I think maybe that's even what I love about you more, because I'm kind of that way too. Like, I love sports and I love the nature of what's going on between, like
I
between,
like the team
Yes,
aspect.
that's more where I'm at.
But
That's-
I'm like, if we lose, like,
I know. That's exact. I know. She's going to freak out.
I know. Listen to this right now. I can't even listen
Get
to
out.
this. What
I'm
is
just
happening?
like-
Get out.
I'm going to keep painting my
Because
toes.
I'm like, somebody's going to lose. And if you act like that is the end of the world, how is it even any more enjoyable?
Well, and like my thing is too, someday it's gonna end. Like someday it's gonna stop. Your body is gonna not allow it, or your circumstances, whatever. It's gonna end. And Greer used to say to us all the time, like, "What's the worst thing that's gonna happen?" And because we were so scared of him, and he would say like, "Nothing. Like you're gonna go home, you're gonna eat dinner, you're gonna go to sleep, you're gonna wake up the next day, and then it's gonna be a new day. Like that's the
Oh
worst
my
thing that's gonna happen."
gosh.
And so I don't know. I just always kind of been like that. Like I'm not super competitive. I'll be like, you can win. It's okay.
yes.
I don't care.
That's why Cobes and I could probably never play like on a like league together or team together, because when I'm out
You get like super into it.
We do. That's like one. Usually the teams when I do play, I have those.
yeah, why don't you just keep doing that?
Excuse me. I have those people that are very, very competitive, and then it's like we're doing all the things I tell my players not to do.
Oh
so,
god, yeah, it's just
Yeah, don't ever ask me to be on your.
no,
yeah,
me either.
Because those people were like Nick Nothnagel, that guy, he takes it to another extreme, and I'm the same way.
Yeah,
But when we're like playing against our girls, I got to be very.
if it's at the YMCA, you just need to slow your roll, okay? It's the YMCA. You don't need to be like freaking out. Those you just need to settle down.
I
You
use
and
the
Nick.
YMCA rec leagues a lot. Like if my girls are playing like crap, I'm like, my YMCA rec team could beat y'all right now. Like this looks like dog shit. Oh my god, excuse my language. Wait, this is explicit. It's fine. I'll just be like, literally any team at the Y could beat you right now.
Well,
And then
either way, you just settle down. Golly,
Hypes them
Jiminy.
up.
hypes them up a little bit.
I'm not a hype girl.
I can get people like, now I can like act it out, but I'm not going to be that way when it comes to like, I'm like, I'm here to have fun. Mm-hmm. Settle down. Jeez. What other sports did you play? Or participate
I
in?
cheered
Oh, hey.
I was a
She probably
cheerleader
still has
for-
that outfit.
a couple of years in high school. It wouldn't fit me now, but
Well, no, our listeners don't know, or
Oh,
those
yes.
that would know Rachel know, but Rachel's,
Got a bun in the oven.
she does. She's
Very
expecting.
pregnant,
She's
yes.
adorbs.
Sweet little baby due
I know
in.
he's kicking me. February.
Yeah.
Yep.
About
Yeah,
some
she's a boy
December.
mom. She's
I
a
have
boy
two
mom.
friends that are you.
Due in
or-
December.
Well, like no, I have you that are you are due, and I was like, okay,
Jeez.
sorry, I can't.
Well, I don't know what's in the cups over there.
I mean, I have had a large.
I
giant
saw you
peach
walking
tea.
in with that tea. I'm like, how much caffeine is that? That's a lot.
Oh my gosh, like
Making me
this
shake.
is a lot. Like I don't know what's happening here. I'm like, all peach, so that's great. Where were we?
Friends and pregnant.
Friends. I have two friends that are pregnant. Rachel, one of them. One's due in December. One is in February, and I forgot which one was which.
Well, Rachel's
February.
February. It's okay.
know.
Yeah.
Sweet
I have
baby.
none of my friends.
Wait, you know what you're having?
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
boy.
A boy.
Did I know this?
Yes, Walker
Lino?
announced it on Facebook.
Yeah, it was a blue sucker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's so cute. He said, "My baby brother."
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's so excited.
He will be such a good
I'm so
big
He
brother.
will be a
excited
good
for
baby
him.
brother.
You know, I mean, like Trip, I could just see no man, like he is just a little
He's
gentle,
gentle.
sweet.
I know, he's a
Yes.
sweet
Trip
boy.
did say the other day, he's like, I just want a baby brother, Dad. Brother. So he could snuggle with me and he could sleep right here. He was showing Clay where he could sleep in the bed. And I was
Doesn't
like,
he beat Letty up?
I know. I was like, you have a baby sister. He's like, no, I don't want that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, you already have her. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
Letty
can
will
come-
take your baby too.
Yeah, he can come snuggle.
Oh, yeah. Walker, he's so sweet. Those
Walker
eyes.
is the best.
He's so nice.
He's so precious.
He
I
is.
love him.
He's not really a baby anymore.
I
he's just
know.
so-
I
I
don't
mean,
like it.
I know.
He says like real people things. I hit a bump the other day, and he goes, "Mommy, did you hit the curb?" I was like, "Excuse you? What did you just say to me?"
Walker.
Don't talk
Did
in
you
full
hit the
sentences
curb?
yet, and
Yeah.
don't know what something is. No, we just go. Did the car go bumpsy?
Yeah, I was like, it was a big bump. So now every time if I do hit the curb, he's like, "Big bump." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yep.
You tell
Don't
Daddy
do
that was
So
a big
cute.
bump.
He's just so cute. Him and Letty.
so cute.
They love each
They
other.
love each
I made them
other.
hold hands a lot
Oh
today
my
at the
gosh,
trick or treat.
I loved it.
It was
Oh,
so cute.
brother.
She was
Arranged
holding
marriage.
holding hands
Just-
with the Hulk though today, which was the one time
She
I
was
saw
holding
her.
hands with everybody.
Everybody.
Well.
Letty gets a little crazy.
She does.
She was bouncing through the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's wild in her swimsuit, and she wouldn't put a jacket on.
She loved it. They asked her if she was cold. She said
What
no.
was her costume?
She's a lifeguard.
Oh, how am I supposed to know this? I
Oh,
wasn't.
you're not on Snapchat.
No, hello. I'm saving the world by not being.
You need to be on Snapchat.
You're welcome. Nope. Not gonna fold.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
gonna give in.
You gotta see this. Is she a little fanny pack?
Lena,
Oh, Lord.
why don't you have Snapchat?
I know, because she's boring.
Are you
don't-
too old for Snapchat?
You know, if we want to use age, if we want to use age as a thing, it could be.
You know what? I just got a B reel. Are you on B reel yet?
Oh
no, but I've heard
my
about these.
Lord!
It's not that fun. I don't really know how to do it because you
Why does
take
she have a
two
bite
pictures.
mark on her shoulder?
That was her lipstick.
Oh, all right, yeah, because that's where it goes. On her shoulder?
Well, she went like this.
Oh, okay, that's adorable.
It was so
That is super
cute.
cute.
I'm gonna
No.
throw that away, but you got to.
No, I'm gonna take it out with me.
Well, okay, I actually have other trash in here. That
Oh,
you need to take out.
okay, fine. Well, I'll take it all out. Yeah, that's fine because
All
you
right,
got to
continue.
go.
Back to Rachel.
Yeah.
So Rachel, you played softball here, and then
Yep.
you've also, after you played softball here, I love this. You stayed here,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you did the Bellevue track.
Yes.
So she did like online college, and you worked here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done everything. Here.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah, so
we
I-
were like office neighbors because I was in
Oh
second floor.
yeah,
and
you were
then-
upstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She was downstairs, and I would go down and visit.
Yeah.
And then she moved up. Moving on.
Were you
up.
still
yeah.
upstairs when I moved upstairs?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
I thought you were gone.
No.
No.
Because remember, we used to have those one classes up there,
Oh,
and then you didn't you have to move for a while?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why my office is in
Yeah.
Walsh Brady now. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I worked for Brian. I was the assistant softball coach. Then I was the interim head coach then.
Mhm. And you were the assistant for Greer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Greer.
That's good.
So I was the pitching.
Oh, you were. That's
Yeah.
right. I almost forgot about that.
So
Wait,
for like one
Also,
year.
just like right out of college, you were.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
That
want to make
year-
sure that's known because, like, sometimes I've mentioned that I would want a player to do that, and they say they're too young. I'm like, how are you?
It was terrifying.
Oh, well, yeah, but like,
It was awful.
Also, it was probably really good for you.
I learned a lot.
Exactly.
I learned a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I had to, not that I was never like not grown up. I feel like I've always felt really grown up.
But you have to.
But
You got to do a lot real fast.
you
Yeah, you
like
mature
being
real-
in
yeah.
charge of that many people, and there was a lot. It was a full team. It was 24 girls.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so like Iris had left, so then our assistant coach, so then I had stepped into the assistant coach role, and then Greer left at semester, like at the start of our season, left, and I was like, okay. And then so I had to manage all these girls through a full season. They play 60 games, like I had to order buses, I had to get hotel rooms, and I was like 20 years old. I was so terrified. Yeah, it was scary.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot. It was hard, but I learned a lot. And so Mike, now Mendenhall, who's the coach, was my assistant then.
No.
Yes. So we just
I did not
swapped
map
roles
that
now.
all together. No
Yeah, so
way.
Mike, we were good friends, and then I was like, "Do you want to help me?" And he did. Yeah, so I was the interim that was in 2016. Yep. And I was taking classes at Bellevue. So I would like go down during study hall hours when we would travel, and I would do my study, like do my homework with the girls because I was still in college.
Yes,
I was still,
Isn't that
I was
crazy?
junior in college.
Quick.
There's nothing, I mean, but still like playful at nature, still like a lot of fun. Like you didn't like forget what it's like to be, you know what I mean? Like I think there's a lot that can be learned in taking responsibility for things and being able to lead others. That doesn't make you lose who you are necessarily. You know what I mean?
It definitely changed me though. Like I think I have a lot of anxiety, and I think it stems from that because I would be like, I remember our first night in a hotel. I can't remember where we were, but I was like, what if someone dies? Like, what if they get lost? What if they leave their room? Like, I was so scared. And I was just like in my hotel room. I did not sleep. I was like almost puking. It was so scary because I was scared.
Yeah. I see. I've never felt
like you go to sleep and you're like,
I'm like,
oh, this is so
heavenly.
great. Yeah.
Besides one time we were at a hotel and the fire alarm started going off in the middle of the night, and I immediately started to panic because I was like, I don't know what room the girls are in. And like,
oh no.
And so then I was like that, why did I not know? Like, why did I not write down what room numbers they're in? Like, because then I was like, who do I go save first? Like, I don't even know. Like, do they know where the girls are? Like, and I had no idea where they were roomed, and I was panicking, and like in my head I was like, they're all gonna die.
Oh my god. See, and I think mine was different too because Greer was so like, you had to be on your P's and Q's all the time. So I knew who was in what room, where they were, had it all written down. I did room checks. I was like, make sure they were alive.
And he was a young coach too, right? Like
he was 24 when he started coaching us.
That's crazy.
That is
That's
crazy.
So crazy.
Which
I was that age too when I started coaching too.
Really?
But to start, and I mean, obviously, and you did too, young, but like, and to be so disciplined is what I admire so much, because I think programs get lost or go down a wrong track when there isn't that level of discipline and ownership, and to be able to learn from somebody so young. Yeah, that's really
But I
amazing.
also think that goes to the background of like how people were raised. Rachel, you have a background like farming, right? And like,
I mean,
not you, but like your family.
Yeah, my dad.
So like they probably instilled within you like those mature qualities that, and same
just,
thing with
like behave
with Greer, and like
Yeah.
just to be respectful, and then you'll be respected and things like that.
The cat thing was the worst thing I ever did.
Is when you snuck a
Like
cat
in my life. I would, because my mom would have whooped my.
Oh, I never got in trouble.
Me neither.
Ever.
I was an angel.
Were you spanked?
Oh, beat.
Were you spanked, Rachel?
My mom had a wooden paddle, and then we didn't have this, but my brothers had it said genuine leather on it, and it was a horse whip. Like they'd probably go to jail now.
gosh.
They had a horse whip, and they would get the.
I still remember the last time I got a spanking. I was like 16.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Because
my mom
I-
bent a cake pan over my head once.
Oh, mother
Like
of pearl.
she wasn't
No.
I mean, she didn't abuse me, but
no.
like I was back talking. She picked up the pan and boom over the head. I've been smacked before.
I backtalked my dad because I wanted to go stay at a girlfriend's house, and he told me no, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna do what I want, and never again, ever.
Yeah.
That was the last one. I was like 16.
I think I was about that. I think my mom asked me to mow the lawn, and I think I said, "Why don't you blank and mow the lawn?"
Lena,
I know.
your sweet mother.
I know. I feel terrible. Why do you think I'm like? Yeah, I know. And
When
my
I go to
dad-
church, I'll pray for you.
I know.
And your mom.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
I know.
It's
And
probably
my
why she had to get surgery.
yeah, I know. My dad got a hold of me and caught me, and
Oh,
it
I
was
bet he did.
Oh yeah, it was not
I
good.
bet he did.
It was awful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, flashbacks every now and then. I think that's, and you work with young kids because you do private lessons. If we can, like you work with little people. I think that's one thing I see, and I see more of them at one time, but working with young people is definitely not just a lack of discipline, but a lack of owning your behavior. That's more what I want. Like, it's not even the discipline part. It's like, just own your behavior. Learn from this experience. Know that it's okay. Like, you made the mistake, but there's gonna be consequences, and now let's move on. But
What was your favorite thing about being coaching? Like the first time, and then
good question.
Hear this like recently the last time, because I have a feeling it was probably two different things. Like you're in two different ways.
Yeah, my life is so different between then and now. I don't know that I really had a favorite thing. I think it was because I don't really know that I enjoyed it because I was so scared the entire time. I think we did really good. We, at that time, were the second winningest team in school history. So, like, that was cool.
Oh, my gosh. Awesome.
But I inherited Greer's team. And so it was cool to step in and I stepped into a team that had already had everything in place. I didn't have to do anything. We just showed up and we played games and so they had practice established. So I think that was the easiest part of it. I guess probably maybe my favorite, because now, and like the last time, so this is the third time I've been the interim. I was the interim before Calberg came for that fall season. And I was also planning a wedding, so that was like super hard. But I had to kind of teach them, I had to do the practice planning and I had to remember and, put all that out. And then this time, the same thing too. But it was hard too because I was like, I don't know who's going to come into this role afterwards, so I don't want to teach you everything that I know and then have someone come in and flip everything. Mm-hmm. And no, not before Calberg came. I was the interim before Barnes came. And then, before Josh Barnes was here. And then he came in and same thing. Wait. Yeah.
This could be a little pregnancy brain.
I know.
Just a bit.
Okay, wait. 2016, that season, then Barnes came right after that, and he took that team into the 2017-18 year.
Okay.
Or 2016-17 year.
Gotcha.
Right.
Whatever you're saying.
Yes.
I believe you.
Fall of 2016, Barnes came. So I was here right before him.
Okay.
And then Calberg came, and that was the fall of 2019. So he took on over in the spring of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
Over.
Yeah.
But you have done it 3 times.
This is the third time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I think this is actually a good question for both of you. What is different about you as a coach now being a mother?
I literally was going to say it's because I'm a mom. Like, I'm more responsible. I am not as stressed. I sleep just fine because I have, like, the responsibility of a kid is, my day is so planned out that I don't have time to worry about everything else that I worried about then, because I'm worried about where's my kid going to be and who's going to pick him up and what's he going to eat and what are we going to eat and do we have groceries, and and I feel like more responsible because I'm a mom.
What about with your time? How do you value your time differently?
I am not going to wake up at 5 o'clock and go to practice. I'm not going to be out at 8 o'clock and be at practice because I'm going to be home with my kid, or I value my sleep.
Right.
Also,
right.
Like, I value time with my family, whereas before, like, I would have been like, okay, I got to go at this time, at this time, at this time, and I would accommodate everybody else's schedules and I would make my schedule work with theirs. Now your schedule is going to work on my time because I don't have a lot of time to give.
Right.
Same.
Very good. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. Before children, I'm like, 5:30 a.m. weights.
Yep.
And now I've learned.
And living
so far away, I'd still do it. I'm like, let's do this. And then, now having kids, I'm like, I'm not going to do that to my kids because they'd have to get up at that time. And then I've also worked on giving other jobs to my assistants. And if you have a good assistant, that's a perfect time for them to do those things. So.
Do you think that's probably not the same for male coaches?
I think so. I think probably not the scheduling and the time, but I do think I've talked to coaches I've talked to players of coaches that have said after they've had children, they calm down.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And they don't have the uproars that they used to. And because then, being a parent, it changed all my coaching.
I think of like even J.O., like watching him, because we knew him pre-married, pre-kids, all of that. And Chris played for him. And then now, like, knowing him 3 kids in is like, he's much more mellow than he used to be.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's cool to watch.
Yeah. And for me, I cared about my players before, but now I care about I love my players.
Yes.
Like, it's just like I care about each one of them, their feelings, like whatever it may be, whether they like me or not. Like, they might completely hate me, but I care about them. And
I feel that
used
way.
to not be that. Yeah, because you have kids, and it's just like, this is somebody's baby.
I feel that way with this team. Like, I've bonded with them, and probably too because they're a lot smaller. There's only 9, not 24. Sure. But I love them. There's not a single one of them that I wouldn't do anything for.
Yeah.
And
that's so
so
sweet.
that I think has changed. Yeah,
Yeah, because you think about it, like one day their two parents were talking about how cute they were, you know, at daycare. You know, like that's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah,
But they were a
I'm-
little lifeguard
Yeah,
for
they were a little
Halloween.
lifeguard for
What was
Halloween.
Walker?
Cowboy.
Oh, hey.
So cute.
So
He
cute.
told
He was so
everybody,
cute.
I got new boots.
Yeah, he did. He told me that today
New
too.
boots.
He
He
was
like that's like his nervous tick.
Yeah.
He clams up.
oh, he's
I
so
got
cute.
new boots.
What has been your most difficult player? And what was the situation surrounding it?
Probably when I inherited Greer's team, the girls on that team, because he was so like, you do not get in trouble. You do not do this. You do not do that. Anything you step out of line, he kicked girls off the team. And so when he left, it was like, Dad's not here anymore. Like the big man's not here anymore. What are you going to do about it? And so like trying to be 20 years old and these girls are 18, 19 years old and they start jacking around doing the things they're not supposed to be doing. Things that we've established like as a team that these are the rules. And I was like, we're not going to change the rules. Like this is how it's going to be. And they were like, what are you going to do? Kick me off? And what was I supposed to do? Like, so that was super hard. Yeah.
So what was the situation? Like what happened? Like what did you have to
Like drinking, drugs, and like what am I supposed to do? I didn't know what to do. So I remember pulling these girls into my office and I was like, what would you do if Greer was here? What would he say? And they were like, he's not here. We don't care. And I was like, I didn't know how to argue with them. I was like, well, all right. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, and
so they
no
just
wonder you're no
Anxiety.
like thank
Yeah.
God it was
Anxiety
the
out
end of the season by this point that this had happened. But yeah, so that was really hard.
Did you feel you had anybody to go to with that?
I mean, Mike, but even that was like,
Because that's a really rough situation to be in.
And I felt too weird, like, and not that I wouldn't talk to Greer or call Greer about it, but he was kind of like, well, you have to do this. Like, I can't do anything about it either. And so, yeah, that was hard. I didn't have a lot of guidance on how do you handle the situation, and I wasn't like strong-willed enough to
and
do
that's
anything.
tough. Like that would be a really
Oh my gosh.
like, I mean, I've had players talk to me like that, and I'm just like, get your shit.
See, and like now, I think now that I'm older and like I don't care. Like I would fight back with them, but before, like I said, I was 20.
That would be tough though, like
And I
because
was
they
like-
would be comparing you to their old coach, and those are and you were just given those players, but like.
And
that
would you
be
have
tough.
played with some of them?
So I was a year removed from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
But still, like, oh, God.
Yeah, so I never played with them directly, but I did coach girls that I played with the year before. So I had 1 year that I was like just like the pitching coach, and then the next year I was
Wow.
But I don't know. There's some players just thinking now, like if you were to stay the head coach, I mean, I've had players this year, previous years, I would love to coach with them. Mm-hmm. And that's like, it's just, you just think about it like that, you know, like I bet Coach Kerr like really enjoyed having you as part of his coaching staff because you like know each other better. Like Hannah and I, we fit like two peas in a pod. She knows what I'm thinking. She's pretty tough minded too. So she'll like tell me what I probably don't want to hear. And I mean, there's tons of players that I would love to coach with. And
I kind of feel that way about Mike. Like I'm excited to be coaching with him again, like kind of flip-flopped.
yeah.
And I don't know.
That'd
But yeah,
be cool.
there are definitely girls that I would have.
So are you going to be Mike's assistant then?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I miss that?
I don't know if I said
I
it.
don't think she said it here.
Oh,
I
congrats.
knew
That's
it.
exciting.
because, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm
If you
excited.
need anybody, I'll come cheer.
Okay, thanks. You might have to take over when I go
When you
have
go
this
with me, I can do
baby.
that.
Oh,
I had to do
I
that
know.
one time. In my previous college, their assistant got really, really sick and couldn't go. And he was a male coach. And so, like, he took everything very seriously. So he would never put himself in a situation where it was 24
thinking.
girls against a male.
Yeah.
And so he invited me along. I know nothing about softball. And he put me on first base
That's how I felt when I.
with the helmet, thank God. This is before they made you wear helmets.
I don't wear a helmet.
Oh, well, I wore a helmet.
Baseball does.
Okay, baseball.
Softball does.
All right, well, softball.
I know. I was standing
Yeah.
at first base
No,
yesterday.
because
The
that
girls
was
are
my
like, "Can
biggest
you not
fear.
stand there? I'm scared."
Because I'm like, if anybody hits a ball to me, I'm going to be very, very angry. And so, yeah. And he was like, just stand there and look like you know what you're doing. And he was so like, he didn't say it like that, but it was more like the F word was in there. And I'm like, okay. And then he gave me a bat and some balls and told me to go hit grounders for warm up. Not
How did that
grounders,
go?
pop flies.
What?
It was horrible. And then one of the girls was like, just bring it in, girls. Bring it in. Coach, could you just hit it to the ground and we'll just do grounders or whatever?
See,
I'm
because
like,
I'm pregnant and I can't, like, it's too much twisting. I could hit him ground balls, but I can't hit him fly balls. So I was throwing fly balls. And now that Mike's here, they're like, okay, thank
literally,
you.
my pop flies or whatever, I don't know what you call them. They were like between me and Lena. And like they were all in the outfield. And then,
It's impressive, though, that you were able to get him.
it was so bad. And then one of the girls was like,
that game.
just throw it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just throwing it. I peed my pants a little bit one day because I threw it. And I like threw it far, and she went and she caught it. I was like, yeah! And I was like, oh my God, I just peed my pants a little. They were all like, what is wrong with you?
They won't know, but they will know someday.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you remember the most that you gained from another coach?
Good question.
I learned a lot from Greer. And like my dad was my coach for the rest of my, my whole life. And then I had my high school coach, but I learned a lot from Greer just about like being disciplined. And I don't know. And it's hard because I watch these girls now and I'm not as like hard as he was. But I still, if they do something that he wouldn't approve of, it still is in me. Like, oh my God, they need to hustle, or they need to hit their cut, or they need to do this, because Greer would have murdered you for that. So I took a lot from that. But I learned too that you don't have to be that hard to be respected or to make it enjoyable. So I don't know. I think, from him just having discipline and I don't know. Yeah.
What did you learn from your dad? Because that's, I think, a hard position to be in when you're an athlete and your coach is a parent. I mean, I see it for my kids. Like it creates, challenges.
I'm okay
think
if my kids play softball because Rachel will be
Yeah,
the coach.
Forever.
I send Sue. I'm like, we'll see Rachel.
I don't know. I don't think I understood at the time, but like now being a parent or whatever, I appreciate the dedication that he had and the time that he put in. He was a farmer. So there would be nights where he wouldn't get home till midnight because they had to keep working. Mm-hmm. And he always, always, always made time for us. And we were never late. We were never, we were never not there. He always made time for us. And so I think that's not really a coaching lesson, I guess, but
that's a life lesson.
I think that
he,
watching him do that, I can appreciate now. I'm like, oh my God, he worked all day. He did all these things, and he still wrote a practice plan, and he always had extra socks, and he always he did everything, and he made it all work. And granted, my mom helped him too, and she was a stay-at-home mom, so that was easy for her. But yeah, I appreciate I didn't understand how much dedication and time it took for him to do those things until now that I'm older.
Which I feel like, people...
I'm like, he's a superhero. How did you do that?
Yeah. And you don't realize that till after, though.
Yes.
I don't know.
But especially a sport you didn't grow up playing. Because did he play baseball? Like, where did his knowledge for softball come from?
I don't know.
Just learned.
Not
on YouTube.
I mean, we were only 10 when he started
if
coaching.
I had to go coach wrestling right now, I would not have a clue what to do.
He got books. I still have them in my house. It's like coaching youth softball books.
That's amazing.
Because they didn't have YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when people ask me to help coach, or do something with, I was like, I know nothing about softball. Don't ask me, because I don't want to not give good information or not be setting them up for success. So I give huge kudos to people that step up and help with the sport they know, because there's so many people sitting in the stands that don't step up, and they're like, well, I don't know the game.
And that's the other thing too, that my dad was a volunteer
Yeah.
the entire time. Yeah. I played until I was 18 years old, and he coached me. He never got paid a dime to do that. So he volunteered all of his time. Same with my mom. But yeah, I don't know. He's an angel. I love my dad.
He sounds amazing.
He is.
He obviously was a great dad.
Yeah.
Because one, for you to have taken things away from the way he raised you, but two, to spend your time right now sharing those wisdoms with us is huge, because I think that says a lot about. Yeah. I mean, just like the other day we had a guest, that was kind of like choking up about their mom, and I'm like, a
yes.
parent did
Yeah.
good when an adult who's now a parent themselves is taking time and energy to share like the little wisdoms. I think that's huge. I hope that my kids.
But like I feel like almost probably everybody on our podcast, you don't realize how awesome your parents are until like you leave home.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
How did you do that?
wow.
Yeah.
And then,
Which
That's
even
pretty
says
cool.
more about the people that we meet that didn't have those kind of parents and somehow came full circle and like got their stuff together, because
that's hard. That's
Yeah.
hard.
definitely.
To end, I feel like we have a lot to talk about, but we're kind of rushing.
I
this.
think we need to have one where we just all gab
I think so.
so that Rachel doesn't have to sweat in the sweat seat that was already sweated in previous,
Yeah,
but
it
that
was
she just gets to.
a little damp.
Oh, gosh.
Sultry.
I want to ask. So we'll ask you our 3 normal questions, but just for fun, since you are an implant, right? With McCook.
Yes.
Just some like McCook random questions, like.
Oh yeah, good.
So, what is your favorite? You only can buy in McCook product.
Probably the food,
What food?
like Max or Sainerd's.
Oh
Probably.
my
Okay,
gosh,
Yeah.
my stomach
okay.
just started to growl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like a Cyclone. You can't get a Cyclone at Dairy Queen.
We just talked about this.
You can't-
You can't get a cyclone anywhere.
No. You don't
you
get
can't
an
get a small
an
cyclone.
apple
Can't get a
planner.
mini. Can't get a mini.
Right.
I said it, Carrie.
Yeah, hey
Make a
Tyler,
mini.
it's just another cup. That's all you
Yeah.
got to do.
We're
Smaller
in
cup.
small group with them, so I will
You
bring
oh,
some.
you
tell
her.
them.
Yeah, and be like, hey, and Lena, or for real, if you want to call it,
It's just a little snack size.
Yeah, and I know. And well, then they were like, well, you could just get 2 cups and split it. That's what Tyler said.
No, get one. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but then
get
what
it.
do you if you're by yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
what we were trying to tell him. And
There's
he's like,
no way on earth, even pregnant, that I could eat an entire thing of it.
I
But
know.
Chris, he'll.
Oh, I
eat
used
the
to do
whole
that.
thing
I
in
used to
3
do that
bites.
too.
down
I would
that.
do that too.
So I usually
no.
put mine in the freezer and then he'll eat it like a
No,
couple
I
days
have to
later.
get like the Sundays because I'm like I can't eat that whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to. Now I'm like,
No, what
can't
are we
do
gonna?
it.
What would we call it?
We'll give him a name.
It will help him out. That. Yep. Okay, next.
You're next.
No, did you? Were you going?
I have
more
some
with-
more, but you have another.
regarding McCook.
Yeah, it has to be a McCook question.
Okay.
Go.
When you were going to college here, what was something that you did around McCook? Legal.
I was
Or
not bad.
illegal.
I was not bad.
She
I
stole
never
a cat.
Oh yeah. Besides the cat, then
out of
yeah.
The street.
yeah.
Yeah. You saved it. I'm gonna
saved
go with that.
Yeah.
You saved a cat.
We went to the lake when it was warm. We went bowling.
Oh yeah.
We didn't really do a lot.
Well, you're busy.
I hung
isn't
out
it?
with Chris.
Oh, gross.
You know what I did? That was naughty.
Oh God, we don't need to talk
No!
about that.
Yes,
We know,
Nope,
we know
actually,
how
go
you got
ahead.
pregnant.
Go
We know
ahead.
how the baby came.
I didn't do that till after I was married. Thank you.
Oh my
I know, it was good.
Good girl.
But I
parents
did.
did good.
So did I.
Yeah.
I did sleep in his room almost every single night. And he had no
Was
roommate.
he an RA?
We were both RAs.
What?
We were both RAs. And he didn't have a roommate our second year, so he pushed his beds together, which was dumb because they were not even, like they were the old furniture. And so like we couldn't really sleep, like it was off even, but
So how long, like all together, have you guys been? How many years have you been together?
10
Wow.
Holy Moses!
That's a lot.
years.
And how old are you?
28.
22.
I'm 28.
My God.
Young baby.
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. That's amazing.
And I still like him.
That's so good.
He's somewhat likable.
I asked him yesterday. I said, "Do I still look the same as when you first met me?" And
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." But I like look at, and because I saw a picture of him when he was in high school, and I was like, that's what he looks like when I first met him. But he still looks the exact same.
I would
Right.
agree. You guys
Isn't
haven't
that funny?
aged.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
I love him. Except his
What house is your favorite house in McCook?
what house?
That's a good question. I like that question.
You're welcome.
I don't know. You know, a house that I saw the inside of that I'm like really obsessed with the outside now is that house across from the college.
Yes.
That I told you to
We've
buy.
talked- yes.
Yes. It's
Yes.
so cute
It's
inside.
so cool inside. You know what house with
The gingerbread?
The brown one?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that looks like the.
No. The one with no yard.
Oh, that one. That's the rock. I was
That
thinking
one
of the
or
brown.
The
gingerbread
one
house?
right across from the college.
Yeah,
like
with
from the
rock.
dorms.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gingerbread.
Wait, is there a rock
There
I
was
don't
so
know.
the one with all the rock. There's no grass.
Okay, the
and
one-
it has like the Aztec-y looking.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
basement
yeah. It looks
and-
like all funny.
Yeah,
I think we're talking about
I think
the
we're.
same house.
I don't think-
no, we're
No.
not.
You're talking
I'm
about
I'm
the
talking
house.
about the gingerbread house.
Yep. You're talking about the house that's to the
To the north?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
I-
house to the west.
No, I've seen the pictures of that one. It's really
Oh.
choppy.
because I love that
The
one.
the one on the
Yes,
corner?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
love
what you're
that
saying.
one.
I don't know if I know the inside of
Oh,
the
the
house.
inside of that house is.
But I
super
thought the
cool.
outside of the gingerbread house
Mm-hmm.
it was not very pretty. But then you look at the inside, you're like, this thing is huge.
not
yes,
looked at it. I'm
and
gonna
it's
have to
extended
look.
to
It's
the
on
back.
Zillow.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
it's
look.
And the backyard is huge. I'm like, and it's
Yeah.
not that expensive. I was like, if I was a little richer,
well, yeah, but you don't want to live in town, do you?
no,
No.
never again.
No,
Never again.
The house I just funny that you brought this up. The house that is directly west of Norris Park, and it has like tons of windows, and it looks like it has like extra.
Yes,
it's
yes.
gorgeous. It would have been almost where the race started,
Right.
like that
Yes,
house.
I know that. Yeah.
It's beautiful,
That house
and I
is
wonder what
pretty.
it's like inside. If it's really choppy and
Yeah,
small,
there's,
but from the outside, it's super cute.
There was last year during Heritage Days. There was the house like down the road that has the cool, like it's complete. You can't see it in the summer because the hedges.
the hedges. Yeah,
And they were selling stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like like they were selling like these homemade pumpkins or something. And I was like, "Can I look inside your house?" And she's like, "Sure." Because I wanted to see that house so bad because every time I'd go
You're
running
that
by there, I'd
person.
like sneak through.
Okay, wait. Did you say running by?
Oh yeah, this is when I used to run.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know, you've
And then I
made
would
it very clear
stop.
that you don't. So
I
I,
don't
didn't
run,
know.
yeah. But still, I'd like peek in there, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go." And she showed me like everything because there's some of the coolest houses in McCook.
That's one of my
There
favorite
are.
things I love about McCook too, is that it's not weird that you asked to go inside and
then
that
they
she let you
you
in.
Yes.
And I was just like, "Oh my god, I love these door handles." She's like, "I know." And we talked, and I don't remember who it was, but it was such a cool house.
We should take up running just so we could do that.
We should
Running it, like park
how
2 blocks away, trot to the house and be like, stop, and then be like,
Oh my god, can we see
can we see
inside?
your house?
Yeah.
Just need to walk off
I
some
know.
cramps.
Yeah.
Call.
Any other McCook questions? I mean, I could ask a lot.
Where was you and Chris's first date?
Max.
Of course.
On Valentine's Day, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Inside or drive-through?
Oh.
We went inside.
Big time.
Of
Did
course
he
they did.
order for you? Or did he? hand
We
you
were
the
with
phone?
2 other people also. It was like a double date. And I don't remember who
Who
ordered.
were you double dating with? Are you friends with them still? You don't need to say. Never mind.
Yes. One of them still lives here. And is
But
not with
With
that
the-
person
we
any
don't wanna do
longer.
that. That's just not
Don't do that. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be nice. All right. What's your favorite caffeine when you're not pregnant?
Probably like tea. Like what were you just drinking? A peach tea? Yeah. Like
Those are so
like a
good.
jet tea.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like coffee.
Alrighty. It's not your fault.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I like chai tea.
Oh, that makes me break out.
What?
it does?
Cinnamon.
Oh my gosh. One more of your weird
Quirks.
ouch.
Stop it.
You know what? We're gonna revisit this in 10 years when she's straight into black coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, what is silk?
I-
Black silk,
Yeah,
Folgers black
yeah.
silk, like your husband.
I
He always
cannot.
sends me these Snapchats, and it's like pouring. It's like clunking
It's
into the cup.
disgusting.
And I'm
He's
like,
always like, "This is so good. Try it." I'm like, "It's trash." Like the last cup that you made me try.
I look at that and immediately need to go potty.
It's disgusting.
The laxatives
He
in that.
drinks a lot, and then I don't know if he'll want me to tell the world this, but
Yes,
I'm
he does.
gonna.
Oh, he does.
He does.
He comes home every single day straight to the bathroom. I gotta poop. I'm like, dude, seriously. I said, say goodnight to your son because you're not gonna see him for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Makes me
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Because he drinks like a pot of coffee a day.
I love how
like
she's
that.
like, it's trash, like the last cup you made.
Every single one. I'm like, they all taste the same. No, this one's really good. I'm like,
Oh gosh.
probably not.
No.
No.
Are
In
you?
10 years, Rachel will be like, oh my gosh, Chris, you made the best cup of black
that
coffee
was so
straight
good.
up.
No, I don't make his coffee.
No,
No, you're going to.
Oh,
You're
that
gonna
he
start
does?
drinking it.
No.
yours
He
in
just
10
told
years.
me, you know what he asked me the other day? If I was poisoning him.
Well,
He thought his coffee, he's like, this coffee tastes a little funny. He's like, are you poisoning me? I was like,
Her and Jake.
probably. Probably.
I feel you, Chris. It's a real thing. They do try.
Oh my.
They start out really light, they weaken our immunes, and then kaboom. In a few years, it's going to be the big one.
No.
Are you currently watching or reading anything?
No. I don't have time to watch TV, really.
Right.
And I would rather, like, play on my phone than watch TV. Probably not good for me. I did start, I drive a lot. So I have to drive to North Platte for work twice a week. So I did start listening to an audiobook again.
Oh, what is
It's
it?
The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. You haven't read it?
I feel like I have.
It's really good. I
Okay.
really like it. And it's the
But are you on
audiobook.
Are you on Audible though? Like,
Yeah.
okay, because like the local library one doesn't have all the best. I'm gonna see if it does though. Libby.
Audible.
It's called 5-Second Rule.
Yep, by Mel Robbins. It's good. It really motivates you to, when you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. She says, count backwards from 5, like a rocket ship. That's what she said.
Oh my
She was
gosh,
watching
okay, so
TV.
What?
That's what I read a book one time, and they said to count back to 5 to wake up.
Yeah, so
if
like
you have trouble waking
anything,
up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're up, because it's like a rocket ship, and once the rocket ship goes up, it can't
you
come down.
have to
You
get
have
up.
to get up.
And so she says that with like anything. If you're ever struggling,
5-second. What was it?
rule.
Okay, it is rule. Okay. Oh,
Yeah. Count backwards from 5. And she said, I just made it like doing the dishes or changing the dirty diaper, whatever. you count backwards from 5 and you just do it. And I was productive after I
like it.
listened to it the first time.
Cleaning out your closet.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Kudos
That
to
did take me like a week and a half,
okay.
but
All right, last question. Leave us with the first quote that comes to your mind.
I have it hanging in my house, and it says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
I love that
I
one.
do.
And it's like as you walk out the door every day. I don't know why people are not nice.
Same.
Either.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is.
Especially as adults. You know
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Don't spend the swallows. Like, what was that?
Like, you
I think I just got copses. Whoops.
Stop it.
Don't make
You
stuff
don't
out of
have
nothing
to-
and just like, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to like everybody or agree
No,
with them, but
no.
what's wrong with being nice?
Yeah, no kidding. Let's
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah.
Being nice. Rachel,
Thanks,
thank you so
Rachel.
much.
Thank you.
You're
This was a
way
great
cuter
day.
than your other half.
Oh,
Yeah. Amen.
I think he's cute.
Ugh,
Not when he
is.
like shaves his face though.
He wasn't shaven when he was with us, was he?
I don't know. I don't like.
If you catch him in the summer, it's scary.
I don't know. I like Clay too, with a little bit of beard on there.
Yeah.
Well,
He-
Jake looks like he's 14 without a beard, so I prefer that he looks.
I like Jake
Walker
with long hair.
Walker was a little nervous of Chris. Chris is like hairy, and he shaved his chest the other day. Walker goes,
What?
"This
I'm gonna
is
make
not
fun of him.
explicit. This is explicit. It's not explicit."
Yeah.
He goes, he's giving him a bath. He goes, "Daddy, you have nipples?" Because Walker's
Yes.
like found his
Yes,
nipples.
that's
I was like,
hilarious.
"Yeah," because he's so hairy, you can't see
That's
anything
so
on
funny.
him.
That
That's
is
how
so
Clay
amazing.
Daddy, you have nipples? He goes,
Oh
"Yep, I
my
have nipples,
gosh.
son."
Great.
That I am going to smile all weekend long envisioning that. I wish I could have been there in that moment.
I just want to see Chris without hair on his chest. Why would he do that?
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
I have
That
no
is
idea.
so
He just
perfect.
came out one day and he was all, I was like, "Where'd all your hair go? Put it back."
Yes.
It's gonna come back all scratchy.
We need to have a card
But
party
it's
night.
like,
And,
it's like quick that
yeah.
it comes back.
yeah.
Same with his face, but when he shaves his face, it's not good.
Trip today, he was on the toilet
Oh no.
and he was like, "I'm seeing some hair on my arm."
Oh god.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh." He's like, "Won't be long before I look like dad."
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I mean,
it's so
like
funny the things
peach
that they
fuzz.
notice.
I know.
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
Oh gosh, that's
you have
so
a wild
awesome.
bud. Yeah.
Oh,
thanks,
that's so
Rachel.
cool. This was beautiful.
It was good.
It's a
And now I got to
perfect
get
day.
ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do
Gotta go
this.
kick some
Okay,
butt.
great night, Friday night.
Thanks. Well, thank you for listening to another hot. It's actually not hot.
It's not. It's nice.
It's not a nice episode.
I'm a
Yeah,
little
nice
sweaty,
fall.
Episode of Coaching Caffeine and Comedy. And I'm your host, Haley Kopsa.
And I'm Lena.